We don't know a great deal about Kim Jong-un. We don't know if he's a rational actor. It's all assumptions. There is no world leader that we know less about. There is no regime we know less about with regard to their intentions. And the ability for a miscalculation to occur that causes a tragedy for the ages is a real thing.
One of the moments from today's programming that got our attention, as he often does, Republican strategist Steve Schmidt earlier this afternoon with Nicole Wallace, reminding us of the stakes. Also today, Secretary of Defense James Mattis said that although diplomacy is, of course, the preferred course of action right now, the role of the U.S. Army must be preparedness.
Now, what does the future hold? Neither you nor I can say. So there's one thing the U.S. Army can do, and that is you have got to be ready to ensure that we have military options that our president can employ if needed. We currently are in a diplomatically led effort.
Well, with us tonight, Sue Terry, former North Korean analyst at the CIA and former National Security Council Director for Korea, Japan, and Oceanic Affairs, and retired four-star U.S. General Barry McCaffrey, decorated veteran of Vietnam, former battlefield commander in the Persian Gulf, now an MSNBC military analyst. Welcome to you both. General, I'll start with you. Where will our current policy, if nothing changes, where will our current policy with the North lead us?
I think, Brian, inescapably, we're sliding toward war. I think part of the problem is going to be the North Koreans over the last 50 years have learned they can provoke, talk, gain compensation, and provoke again. So I anticipate at some point Kim Jong-un, young, untested, probably rational. By the way, rational governments do stupid things all the time. The Japanese attacking the United States, Kennedy and Johnson getting us into Vietnam. So, you know, I think a provocation from the North Koreans in the coming year is very likely to result in us striking them in a major way with conventional air and sea power to destroy the nuclear capability, which, by the way, will mostly work. But then we could anticipate high-intensity warfare in the Korean Peninsula, which would be a disaster for the region.
Wow. Next time I see you, I'd add to your list, by the way, Bay of Pigs and Gulf of Tonkin, but that's for a later discussion. So, Sue, I know you know and respect the opinion of the general. I want to add to what he just said, chilling as it was, the last tweets on the subject from the President of the United States over the weekend. Presidents and their administrations have been talking to North Korea for 25 years. Agreements made and massive amounts of money paid. Hasn't worked. Agreements violated before the ink was dry. Makings fools of U.S. negotiators. Sorry, but only one thing will work. How chilling is that, and what's he talking about?
Well, he's keep making it sound like only military option is available when he says only one thing is going to work. But it is true we've been talking to them for 25 years, and it's also true that engagement dialogue did not necessarily work out. But you still have to give North Koreans off-ramp. You can do pressure, you can do sanctions, you can do secondary sanctions, but you still have to give them an exit. Otherwise, what would they do? They will only think that provocation is coming or war is coming, so it will lead to a miscalculation on the North Korean regime's part, and that could lead to an escalation and a conflict, just like the general just talked about.
I have to ask you, Kim Jong-un's younger sister has just been elevated, given a little bit more responsibility. What do we know about her, and is that considered good news for the West?
Well, I don't know if it's necessarily good news or bad news. Kim Jong-un's aunt, Ko Young-hee, served that role for his father. So it is it's normal that Kim Jong-un is reaching out to his family member, the one person that he can truly trust. And what he's doing right now is filling filling key posts with only people that he could truly trust, because obviously, that's what he wants. But this is not unusual that he's, reaching out to his sister or family member.
Hey there, I'm Chris Hayes from MSNBC. Thanks for watching MSNBC on YouTube. If you want to keep up to date with the videos we're putting out, you can click subscribe just below me or click over on this list to see lots of other great videos.